Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am your humbled host of the night, Save Our Children TV. I'm back with a brand new video. I have 7 sad stories for you guys tonight. Um, but before I get started, please make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, that notification button, that bell button, so you'll be notified every single time I drop a brand new video. Also do the same for my second channel, which is called Crime Time. So go over there and subscribe over there, hit the notification bell over there, so you'll be notified every single time I drop a brand new video. Um, we have parents face murder charge following the death of a child with disabilities in Cherokee County. So who's the parents? Here's the article. Cherokee County, South Carolina. So South Carolina takes an L. A father and mother are both facing a murder charge following the death of their 14-year-old daughter with disabilities in Cherokee County. According to the Cherokee County Sheriff's Office, deputies were notified of a child's death at Spartanburg Regional Hospital on April 11th. The Cherokee County Coroner's Office identified the victim as a 14-year-old girl with disabilities and health issues. During an investigation, the Sheriff's Office learned that failed. Their parents failed to properly care for the child and refused to take her to any medical appointments for about a year. The Sheriff's Office executed a search warrant on Camp Ferry Road in Gaffney. Deputies said the home was full of feces, urine, flies, maggots, and roaches. It is one of the worst cases of child abuse and neglect as investigators have ever investigated. These are the types of cases that pull at the heartstrings of the law enforcement investigators and medical professors working these abuse cases, Sheriff Mueller said. After more than 2 weeks of investigating, deputies got an arrest warrant for David Eugene Bernard, 53, and Bobby Joe Bernard, 42, in the death of their daughter. David Bernard and Bobby Bernard surrendered themselves Thursday at the Cherokee County Detention Center and were arrested. They are both charged with murder. This case remains under investigation, and additional charges may be brought against the Bernards. Number 1. Parents have a duty to protect and care for the children. Whether your child is born with some type of disability or some type of health issues, parents have a job to care for the children, not abuse the children, not use the children as a pawn. These parents do not care about the children. They do not care about the safety of their child. These parents should have never been able to have children if they couldn't take care of the responsibilities. It goes for parents who are neglectful. I talk about a lot of neglectful parents on my channel, and it's sad that parents have these children for the income and the money and for the benefits that they can get from that child. It's sad. It is, and these parents needs to be, locked up for a long time and pay for what they did, and most likely they're gonna be doing some hard time in prison. and they deserve both deserve life imprisonment. Um, it shows that some parents do not need to have children to be a monster and careless. It's it's sad, but this is the type of world we live in. And people like these two needs to be in a cage like the animal, what they already are and look like. So, um, justice for the 14-year-old who was killed by the hands of her own parents. And to the parents, I hope you get life imprisonment with or without parole. Um, just you heinous. That's all I have to say. You're despicable, evil. You know, words can't explain how evil you really are. It takes a special kind of evilness to kill a child in your own seed that you should have taken care of. Like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your notification bells, and hit that thumbs up. We on story number 2. This is the guy right here we're going to talk about next. Baltimore, Maryland takes an L. Okay. We're talking about a daycare worker. It's the first time ever on this channel where we're talking about a daycare incident. So, and this story is out of Baltimore County, Maryland. A man is accused of the N-word children at his wife's Baltimore County daycare is set to appear in court Tuesday afternoon. Authorities said 57-year-old James Williams Jr., who was shot by his wife, 50-year-old Chantali Williams, last month at the Van Hotel, Washington, D.C., will appear in court for a bond hearing. This comes after he waived extradition and remains in D.C. police custody by the hospitalization.
TJ, I know you hear me, fool. TJ! TJ! I know you hear me, fool. Get up. You just used the bathroom 2 seconds ago, and I told you I need you to put back in my bag. Now you want to play sleep. Get your ass up. What? TJ!
Man is shot by wife has been charged with sexual Sorry. Man shot my wife is being charged with actually abusing children at her Baltimore County daycare. A man who was shot by his wife at a Washington, D.C. hotel after she confronted him with accusations that he asked the children at her Baltimore County daycare is being criminally charged with acts offenses according to the source of knowledge of the case. James S. Williams Jr., 57, a former Baltimore police officer who left the force in 2008, faces 13 counts related to 3 victims, including 2 counts of third-degree acts offense, 3 counts of second-degree assault, and 1 count of displaying absent material to a minor. County police said they had been investigating since earlier this month, but did not immediately provide additional details. DC Metropolitan Police were called to the Medellin Oriental Hotel on July 21st after getting a report that a man had been shot on the 8th floor. When the officers arrived at the room, they began talking with Shatari Williams, 50, and asked her to open the door so they could treat the victim. Williams, the owner of Little Kids Castle and Orange Mills, told police that he's a child Esther, according to her husband of 5 years, according to a police affidavit. After about an hour-long stand-up, police moved into the room and detained Shantari Williams after James Williams told police that he had been shot in the head and leg. According to court documents, Shantari Williams said during an interview with police that she had received multiple messages and phone calls from parents and teachers about a station at the Owens Mills daycare. Shantari Williams told police that she confronted her husband at the hotel room Thursday, which escalated into a heated argument. At one point, James Williams was hurt. She told police she put her gun from her purse and shot her. DC police also found a notebook at the hotel with handwritten notes and with the author wrote that they wanted to shoot the victim but not kill him. But maybe because paralysis and that they may be caused paralysis and that they want these kids to get justice. The notebook also included an informal world disturbing belongings. Shantari Williams had been charged with assault with intent to kill and firearms charge. She was scheduled to appear in D.C. Superior Court Monday, but the hearing was postponed until Friday. James Williams then Papa says he served as an infantryman in the U.S. Marine Corps from 1983 to 1987 and joined the Baltimore Police Department in 1996. It's sad he has been working in private security since leaving the force in September 2008. Police spokeswoman Lindsay Aldridge said Williams medically retired in 2005 and worked through 2008 as a contractor. Baltimore County, since they will continue to investigate and ask families to call 410-307-2020. This is a lot of red flags. And I want to say this to the parents who would just put their children in any type of daycare without doing their homework. I talk about this all the time on my channel. A simple background check probably would have prevented this monster of being in contact with these children. Number 2, three of the children were abused by this man on the van. My thing is, was he transporting the students by himself? Because in my opinion, there should have been another person in that van with transporting children. Just in my opinion. Number three that upsets me is that not only was he in the Marines, served as a Marine, but he also previously served as a Baltimore police officer. So you served in two different important places. And what you did was you swore to the oath to protect and serve your country. And what you did was violate that oath by taking advantage of children while nobody was around. And now, because of your ignorance, 93 children got to be interviewed by police. Can you imagine how traumatizing that got to be? Not only for the victims, but from other children who got to now testify, but now who got to interview, who now has to interview, who now have to be interviewed because of what you did. Now, in my humble opinion, it's very important that you know where you're placing. You gotta know where you're putting your children in, because a lot of these daycares workers have terrible background. I'm gonna be honest. The background is not great. So when somebody's background not great, that should be an automatic red flag to get your child out of that danger zone. Point blank period. I would never put a child in his custody, knowing his background. I just wouldn't. It's not smart. And I hope that this daycare gets, number one, either A, shut down, or B, fire every staff who knew. Because I'm pretty sure other staffs had to know what was going on. I'm pretty sure they knew what kind of person he was. You couldn't tell me. You wouldn't, because this is the thing. I believe that he took advantage of these children way before this was reported, in my opinion. I think that he needs life imprisonment for what he did. He scarred children for the rest of their lives. That's what he did. There's no way to put it. When you take advantage of a child, you scar that child for life because of your fantasy. It gets no better than that. You scar children because of your fantasy and your belief that what you're doing was okay, which it was not, and you broke the law. Just saying. Something about that story, like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell on, hit the notification. Our next story is about mile 6. Actually, this next story is about a mother of six who was killed by her boyfriend, and I actually talked about this story on my Facebook page. So go there now and check it out. I never did a story on this. And this happened not that long ago. This happened August 6th. And so this happened in the beginning of August. And I was working on this story, so I'm just now bringing it to you guys. And a man is charged after a mother of six was fatally stabbed in a van in West Philadelphia. Officials said. So Philadelphia takes an L and let's read the article. A Philadelphia man has been charged with murder after investigators believe he stabbed the mother of his children to death inside a van in broad daylight over the weekend. Authorities said 34-year-old Ashley Lockhart was found inside a Honda Odyssey on the 5300 block of Chestnut Street, suffering from fatal stab wounds to the body and face. Hours after the gruesome discovery, police reported the 34-year-old man was in custody. District Attorney Larry Krasner said Raymond Thompson was charged with murder and other crimes. In the wake of the murder, the DA's office reported that Thompson was known to police and actually had filed a protection form abuse order against him, but the couples were still living together. I do not have specified the answer for you on this man's record. I do know that it is very lengthy, and I know this case is extremely sad, very, very troubling. President said. Officials said Thompson turned himself in on Saturday, almost immediately after the deadly stabbing of Blackhart. Investigators haven't sure the husband motive for the killing. This particular victim did the right thing, but for the same reason she was back with this man in that particular van. Assistant District Attorney Joanne Pescatore told reporters. Raymond Thompson, 34, is charged with the murder of Ashley Lockhart, who was found stabbed to death inside a minivan. I don't know how the substance of that. I don't know where that was, but sadly enough, she's not going to be here to tell us what happened. Lockhart leaves behind 6 children, the youngest of which is just 5 months old. Her family had set up a GoFundMe account and were held in vigil Monday night. She loved everybody. She had compassion and love, and for her children, she was a nurturer. Her first cousin, William A. Brownlee, said. Here is the suspect and mom's boyfriend and father, who has 6 children. What's the news article?
So tell me this, at some point, you and Rose was actually having a conversation. It wasn't an issue. This is what I'm telling you. We have people that are outside of the box.
A beloved mother attacked and murdered inside a minivan, investigators say, by her own boyfriend. Tonight, we're learning more about the victim and what led up to this tragedy. Fox 29's Ellen Kaloje reports.
That mother of 6 children was brutally stabbed in front of this grocery store in broad daylight on Saturday. And now the father of her children is charged with murder, and her family hopes that her death serves as a wake-up call for other women.
And when I say she was loyal to this man, very loyal, diehard loyal, do anything for him. And I mean, they just got engaged recently. And so for this to happen, it's not shocking, but it's tragic.
Ashley Lockhart died Saturday after police say she was brutally stabbed multiple times in this minivan by her boyfriend, Raymond Thompson. This surveillance video, obtained by Fox 29, shows Thompson just minutes before the attack. The DA's office confirms that Thompson was well known to police and that Ashley had filed a protection from abuse order against him. But despite the PFA, they were still living together.
I don't have specifics to answer for you on this man's record. I do know that it's very lengthy. And I know the case is extremely sad and very, very troubling. I would agree with that for sure.
And this particular victim obviously did the right thing. For some reason, she was back with this man in that particular van. I don't know the circumstances of that. I don't know why that was. But sadly, she's not going to be here to tell us what happened. The DA says Thompson turned himself in Saturday right after the stabbing, which is little comfort to Ashley's family, grieving the loss of the mother who had 6 children with Thompson, the youngest just 5 months old.
She loved everybody. She had a reputation of just compassion and love. And for her children, she was a nurturer.
The family has set up a GoFundMe to help Ashley Lockhart's 6 children, ranging in age from 5 months to 10 years old. If you'd like to donate, we have a link on our website. Just go to fox29.com. Tonight at 7 o'clock, there will be a memorial held for Ashley, and organizers are asking people to bring green and white balloons to release in her honor. In West Philadelphia, Ellen Koloje, Fox 29 News.
The one part of the news video that stood out to me, I'm going to tell you about it, makes 100% a fact. Facts. And it's not all women. But we have a lot of women out here. We have a lot of sisters out here who, we try to, when you're in a relationship and a man abuses you, you would want to get out that relationship because it takes one time. She loved this man so much that she stood by this man through thick and thin. And number one, before she even had children, before they even had children, the man was in and out of jail and had 26, I will put that one more time, 26 prior convictions, prior arrests, 26. That would have told you to move on and find somebody new. Because anytime somebody have a record, you don't know what they're capable of. You don't know their status. You don't know if they're going to be good one day and evil the next. You don't know. This man was already convicted of aggravated assault. If I knew somebody was charged with aggravated assault and was convicted, I would have been like the relationship because it's already toxic. There's nothing good about it. And this mother, is a prime example to many other mothers. And I'm going to tell you what that is. Her story should wake up mothers who are giving these men, and it's not all men, but these men with these long criminal records, no chances. Her story should want you to change your life and how you live. Because if it can happen to her, it could happen to anybody. Anybody could be in a domestic violence relationship and end up killed. It takes 1 minute for something bad to happen. And that's who are suffering because of this. 6 beautiful children are suffering at the hands of the evil father. Their mother was killed by their own father, and she was killed by her own boyfriend, all because he thought she was cheating. Because a mother of 6. Number one, this guy has a terrible history, terrible criminal history, and should have never been able, number one, anywhere around anyone. He's a violent person. He should have never been around any woman. No woman. Because if he can abuse women and kill women, then it could go from killing women to killing children. That's why innocent children lose their lives. Because it starts with the woman, and then innocent children get killed because he can target a child. So, women, think twice before you just get in a relationship with a criminal and you just any and everybody you meet. Because when you meet somebody, you don't really know who they really are. They could tell you that their record's clean, but you don't know if they've been locked up. You don't know if they caught a case. You don't know if they've been to jail or prison. You don't know any of that. So don't put yourself in dangerous situations. It's not healthy for you, and it's not healthy for your children. Your children should not suffer. You got 6 children out here suffering behind ignorance and because this is the thing. This story pisses me off for many reasons. Because this mother, honestly, if you really think about it, chose a criminal. She put a criminal first. She knew this man had 26 plays and still lay down and had children. Why would you even do something like that, man? So, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't a smart thing to do. It really wasn't. But the thing that came out of it is 6 beautiful children. And this is the thing. If her story don't inspire people to, and especially women to get up and leave out of a toxic relationship, then I don't know what will. But her story should wake these women up around here. Stop bringing your children around men that you do not really know. You're just mad for just a month or a year and think it's just gonna work out. It's never gonna work out unless you really know a man's true colors. Condolences goes out to the mother who lost her life. Who lost his daughter to her and her family. This man again needs life imprisonment. And the worst thing the man did was stab her and left the knife in her head, embedded in her head. But that's a person who needs to be, she don't. He don't need jail time. He need hell time. But he needs to be doing life imprisonment with Dr. Bro. He's a dangerous individual. Didn't kill anybody or anyone. Thought that he just can stab somebody multiple times because he's upset and think that somebody's cheating. You gotta get yourself, women and men, get yourself in a healthy relationship, in a positive relationship, and a relationship that's worked for you. Don't put yourself in a dangerous situation and think that it's gonna work out within months and years. It never does. It gets worse and worse. And innocent people meet their demise because of it. So just don't put yourself in position to get yourself hurt. Don't put yourself in a relationship. Know that this man had 26 prior arrests. 26. And the majority of his arrests were violent and criminal. He's a violent person. If he's had a criminal record back in the past for assault, what makes you think he want to assault you? I'm just saying, logically, do the math. 1 plus 1 equals 2. So if he had a criminal record in the past, his criminal record now is 1 plus the one he got now, it equals 2, which means he could double the crime. It could have been. He could have killed you. Just imagine if the children were in the van at that time. A witness them mother being killed, and they end up killed, or injured. You gotta think twice, people. You put yourself in dangerous predicament. You don't gotta do all that. But I'm gonna say this before I end this story. Women love to say how men are unfaithful, men are this, men are that. True, but you have a lot of women who do the same exact thing as a man: cheat, lie, put themselves in dangerous situation. You know, um, we gotta grab the better people. We gotta know. We gotta know who you're in a relationship with: a man, a real man, or an abuser. Don't. If you're in a relationship with an abuser, get yourself out of it. It is unhealthy, and if you have children, it's unhealthy for your children. It don't benefit nothing. So get yourself out of that relationship. Like, comment, subscribe, the notification bell. We are on to the next story.
He walks over there and he goes, the only problem is what's the show? If you ever get in and do a cast on the letter, if anyone on something like
Houston, Texas, Texas now. What we know about a man who was charged with the aggravated kidnapping of a girl from North Houston apartments. Holman Hernandez is the suspect. This is someone here with the busted up face, which he deserved a bit of it. Holman Hernandez, 50, is charged with aggravated kidnapping, and a judge set his bond at $1 million. Rightfully so. Holman Hernandez, 50, is charged with aggravated kidnapping. He appears in court for the first time on Monday, a day after he was arrested. His bond was set at $1 million. Following a second court appearance on Tuesday, a judge ruled Hernandez must wear his monitor at all times. He also cannot be around minors and must stay at least 500 feet away from the victims. Why was Hernandez at the apartment complex? According to the court records, Hernandez does not live at the apartment complex from which the girl was taken. Sources told KHOU 11 News that he was there visiting friends. How did he get the girl to come out? According to authorities, Hernandez lowered the child out of the apartment with a cat. How was he caught? According to Houston police, they got a call by a missing 3-year-old girl at about 5:30 a.m. Sunday. The girl's parents told the police they went to sleep at about 11 a.m. Saturday, and then when they woke up early Sunday morning, the door was open, and the girl was missing. The Amber Alert. After searching the complex, they called the police, and officers began to search the area. Authorities said Hernandez was seen by a witness and on surveillance video allowing the girl into his car. Officers used that information to identify Hernandez at about 2 p.m. Officers found Hernandez's vehicle at a motel off of Route 145 and Rankin Road. The motel manager told officers that they had rented a room to Hernandez at about 7:30 a.m. Sunday. The motel is about a mile away from the girl's apartment complex. Let's see.
what they said on the video. He was wearing a long sleeve shirt, either white or gray, and he's got on black pants. It looks like he might have went down into the creek. Lemur at the park right now, where the vehicle where she's in. There's some female, they're gonna go try to contact her and see what she has to say.
So here, that's the child with who he kidnapped. Okay. Number one, it says that the girl's parents were asleep. Somehow the door opened. He lured her with a cat. She came out to the car. She got in a basket. I think he put her off and into the hotel. I'm not blaming the parents at all. But I'm gonna say this. You gotta be more vigilant and more careful when your child is up alone, basically. So when your child is up alone, no supervision, a 3-year-old can't. I think a 3-year-old couldn't unlock the door and just walk out. I'm going to guess that the door must have been unlocked the previous day. Parents must have forgot that the door was unlocked. The girl twisted the door opened. She was lured out. Excuse me. The girl was lured out. And he took her, drove to the nearest motel. And the girl's parents called the police. When the police came there and found the child, took the child to get evaluated, and arrested him and took him to jail. This is one of the stories that turned out to be a miracle. It's a story that it turned out for the greatest. It turned out to be great that child was found alive and returned back to her parents, and that the suspect was off the street. I believe the suspect is from Honduras, if I'm not mistaken. This is the thing. This is what I'm gonna say. With so much of abductions going on in America, nowadays you gotta be very, very careful and pay close attention when your children are outside playing, inside playing, because you don't know who's lurking. You don't know who's in the vehicle driven by, staking it out. You don't know if you just don't know. You don't know who's planning to kidnap the child. So you gotta be very aware. And yeah, it was a simple accident, and but it could have ended up a lot worse. And thankfully, she was found safe and unharmed. This guy, Ron, was at 1 million. My opinion, I think I hear we got no bond because it's an aggravated kidnapping case, which is a serious case. To first off, you kidnap a child, you should definitely have no bond. That should just be a safety risk to the public. You're already a safety risk to the public, so you really shouldn't have a bond to begin with. But, that's the highest bond. I believe his attorney might have asked for that bond. But again, in my opinion, he would have had 0 bond. Had I been the judge, something like that should not be having bond. I don't care if it's a high amount of bond. This is a serious serious charge, that he could be looking at decades in prison. So, again, you know, tell me what you think about this story. Like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell notification on, and let me know your comments down below. You want to turn next to it. North Tonawanda Girl Scout leader is charged with sexually abusing children. A North Tonawanda Girl Scout leader is facing additional charges of actually abusing children. Erie County District Attorney John Flynn says that 31-year-old Marty Walton of NYT was virtually arraigned on one count of first-degree criminal acts act, one count of first-degree actual abuse, and 2 counts of endangering the birth of a child. Walton allegedly engaged in an actual conduct with 2 children in the town of Amherst between March 27th and May 9th, according to the DA's office. Walton and his wife were also charged after he allegedly sexually abused 2 children in North Tonawanda. He was charged with 2 counts of first-degree actual abuse and 2 counts of endangering the birth of a child in Lake County Court. Walton pleaded not guilty to those charges. He is scheduled to return to court on July 10th, but a felony hearing remains held without bail. Watson faces 25 years in prison if convicted on charges. Girl Scouts of Western New York CEO Alyssa Wilcox released a statement Friday regarding the additional charges against Watson. Now, this is him. Never mind. I'm trying to find it again.
He stops and he says something. He's got to be wrong. Yeah, he hasn't been over a decade now. He's fast as a kid. After the shooting, why not just go on straight? Go like that. Yeah, so he just has a few words to shoot. It wasn't obvious. They didn't even murder them. They all went to stay. I mean, that's like so cool.
That's him with green shirt. Hold that.
It's another whole story.
This is the daycare in the video. They see him coming out of the turning and going this way.
It's dangerous, y'all. It's dangerous. This is dangerous. I said that, this is dangerous. They actually tested on a monkey already. Monkey is able to control the joint with his mind. Appreciate y'all.
Family sues Casper ISD. Says daughters were abused by Buster
Yeah, it's gonna be a hard world, man. The
100
people,
times.
the people are the ones that's allowing it to take place.
The family
Everybody
has
stuck
filed
on
a suit against
so they don't even talking about
Pepper
it.
ISD
You know what I
elected
mean?
a former
Distraction, that
bus
politics
driver
and all
who
that.
abused their two daughters
Why they
and more
slowly
than
slipping all this
100
stuff in?
accusations during
It's
the
society.
kindergarten and first school year.
Controversial and outlandish ideas. Over the past few years, he suggested nuking Mars to make it more habitable, mass-produced a flamethrower that was promptly banned in several states, and promised to have a prototype of a 5.8.
$5 million. The bus driver is accused of violence has since died.
Tall robot butler ready sometime in 2022. The long list of Musk's strange projects
The
also
victims have been identified in court documents as Django 1 and Django 2 were held in the Casper ISD school
interface
bus
with electrical
school
devices,
year.
increase their cognitive
The lawsuit was not held in school, but it was attended without more years than that. Couple of people accused of as well called. The girls were assigned to a bus driver by Frank and McGuire and Robert 3 questions a week. And the years fellows in West Timber and the correct at money and years were on the bus parents are adversely shot, modified, Kristen at the attorneys usage in the bus section. The lawsuit alleges the girl's mother identified as a but it's call from hospitalized printed it. The lieutenant suggests to keep quiet so as not to attract media attention to the road. Hospitalized staff just alleges. Eli McCann the parents of the children and plus schools and the abuse reported. Anyway, in statement, Hospital ISD said 6 children and action on the way of the litigation, but they delivered other because of the litigation. We are horrified that children, brothers, and families and students after the younger sister acquitted. The driver would assault the other sister, penalty for 5 minutes. The back of the bus was cut off. The lawsuit says the administrators that she was late. Because it was helping her back up. The lawsuit notes the 7 school bus behavior association says when one party was assigned to monitor bus traffic, all the residents of the year bus bus bands, but the lawsuit that these was brought to the session for the
restore full body
License
functionality
is
to people with spinal cord injuries. Take Musk and Neuralink's claims are true. Neuralink will have the potential to enhance the lives of the able-bodied as well. Since the early days of Musk's involvement, there have been suggestions that Neuralink will increase user abilities to combat mathematics, for example.
In the Guia 61 was arrested and the 11th judge is right there at the soccer job. It's almost often that it gets rid unfortunately the job at hospital. Who's a good book and to come jail. And the Guia jumped off the second floor of the facility of the weekend and jumped off the second floor of the facility and was paralyzed. And then another child.
Most of its applications may not be life-changing at all. Interfacing with electrical objects will just be simplified. Instead of looking for the TV remote, you could just change the channel with your mind. Rather than ask your home assistant, your house's lights will be your telepathic. No.
They